Welcome to today's episode of the Bad Influence Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Banderas. And on today's episode, I want to talk about the movie Black Adam. And of course, I'm going to be talking about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who plays the character. And also what I have learned about determination by following him on social media. So this story is kind of funny because my wife surprised me over the weekend by wanting to go see Black Adam. You know, with my favorite celebrity, The Rock. She knows I'm a fan. I have watched most of his movies, pretty much all of them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan. I have watched all of his movies, and I think he's been doing better than when he started. So, the funny part about this is that my wife doesn't like movies like with superheroes or anything like that. But when she saw the previews, she liked what she saw and wanted to go really bad. She said to me, "Hey, I want to go see Black Adam." And I was like, who is this woman who has never, ever, and I mean ever, wanted to watch a movie like that with me? And I'm her husband. Now, don't get twisted, don't make assumptions or anything like that. I say this because we have all of the Marvel movies. And I mean all of them. I have the entire collection. And she has never, ever, ever once watched any of them with me. Or has had any interest in watching them with me. She has been very adamant that she hates them. For example, the other day I asked her if she wanted to go, if she wanted to watch Multiverse of Madness, and her answer was a solid hell no. So when she said that she wanted to go see Black Adam, I took this opportunity and took her out on a date. But I'm not going to lie. I didn't know if I wanted to watch this movie because before it even came out, so many critics said it will be the worst movie of the year. People were saying online that it was going to flop, that The Rock was the worst choice for this character, and the worst part about all of this is that the critics that were saying all of that about the movie said that before the movie came out. So they hadn't even watched the movie yet because it was still being filmed when they said all of this, which I think is fucked up. That some critics can say something is going to suck without seeing the final product. And the worst part of all is that we believe them. So I think that sometimes we don't enjoy certain things that we may enjoy because of listening to critics. But because of this, I wasn't sure if it was gonna be my kind of movie. And I didn't want to waste my money on it, since the movie ticket prices have gone up a lot. Like, it has gone up so much. It's expensive to go to the fucking movies now. But I decided to give it a chance, and I'm glad I did. Because the movie is fucking fantastic. And I recommend it to anyone to go see it. I've been talking about it with all of my friends during the week. People at work. Even the crazy lady that walks her cat. I'm like, hey, you should go see this movie. But what I found most interesting about the film, and this is why I want to talk about it, is it was its exploration of morality. Because Black Adam is a complex character who is both a villain and a hero. And I think all of us can be the hero or the villain in our life story. Let's be honest, we can. But because of the story and the character's complexity, I guess critics didn't think that The Rock could pull it off. Which, I mean, is understandable, but he fucking did it. And the movie made a lot of money. And a lot of people don't know this, but The Rock actually fought to bring other characters into the movie, especially Superman. And no, don't get mad at me or anything like that. I'm not spoiling anything for you guys because this information was all over Instagram before the movie came out, and it fucking pissed me off. I was like, why would you post that? Why? Why would you do that? I was like, fuck, man. Now I know what happens in the post-credit scene, but I still enjoy the surprise like a true fan. Because while I was watching the movie, I felt like a little kid. I'm like, yay! You know what I mean? But anyway, after watching the movie, like I said, I recommend it. I found a post from The Rock on Instagram showing that back in 2007, it was first announced that he will play the character of Black Adam. So it's been a long fucking time. He also explained, and this is what I find fantastic about this, that the studio executives asked him multiple times if he wanted to play a different character. But he always say no. He was like, fuck no, I want to play Black Adam. And on the post, he also explained how he fought so hard to make this movie. He literally said no to playing a different character for 15 long fucking years. You know what I mean? He was like, wow, I want to play this character, and it doesn't matter what other characters you may offer me, that's not what I want. And that makes me wonder why he did such a good job playing this character, because he was fucking good. I don't care what anybody else says. For me, it was good. Because he wanted to play this character of Black Adam so bad, he fought to bring the movie out of developmental hell. Now, if you were like me and you don't know what that means, that's pretty much what people say when a movie is stuck in development before it gets the green light to start working on it. So pretty much it's just on the whiteboard. That's it. It's just being developed, but nothing is being worked on. And here's another thing that is interesting. The Rock didn't listen to the critics that had never watched the movie. He didn't listen to the studio executives, which is very important because they can make you or break you when it comes to making it into the movie, you know? He said to himself, I'm going to play Black Adam, and for 15 fucking long years, he fought to bring the character to the big screen and won. Talk about being determined to get something started. The best part about all of this is that the movie made $67 million on its opening weekend. Post-pandemic, that's actually pretty fucking hard right now because, you know, inflation? So I think that we can call the movie a success so far. Now, another thing that happened is that after I read all of this about The Rock and how special this character was to him and how he didn't listen to his critics, I wondered how often we stop doing something we are passionate about because we listen to our critics. Even though sometimes we are our own worst critic, I feel like we stop ourselves from doing what we love, and this happens a lot because of what others say. I have done it multiple times. Probably you have done it as well. I mean, we all do it. But what I have learned from watching this movie and following The Rock way back from when he was a wrestler, you know, back in the WWF and now WWE, and also on social media, is that people won't understand your vision. And that's okay, because they are not the ones working their way to the finish line. The ones who are doing that is us. You, me, and all of us who are working on reaching a goal. You know what I mean? And I also feel like we should be more like The Rock and tune out the critics, tune out the noise, and focus on what we want, because just like the critics of Black Adam, once the movie came out, they all show up, of course. And we can do that as well once we reach our goals. Our critics will go silent. They won't know what to say because we will say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to achieve this. And then we do it, even though people will say, like, oh, you suck at it or whatever. Guess what? All of them will go silent as well. So, in my opinion, never take to heart anything that your critics are saying, because remember, they haven't seen the final product. We need to become so determined to be the best that when our critics see the final product, they ask us, how did you do it? You know what I mean? That will be the best revenge of all, in my opinion. And that's what I wanted to share on today's episode. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the growth and the feedback. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The link is in the episode's description if you want to follow us and share. And here are my final thoughts. When someone criticizes you, don't take it too hard. Remember that they don't know your story. They don't know what you've been through. And they don't know what it takes to achieve your goal. And have a great day.